subscribe, and ring the bell to never miss an update. Hello everyone! Today on Lady Mary Beth, we are shopping the humongous garage sale at St. Ignatius Loyola, located on Cypresswood in North Houston. This much anticipated annual sale will have savvy shoppers and resellers lined up for the early bird tickets on Wednesday. It is free and open to the public Thursday through Saturday. Let's go treasure hunting. Join me. I'm always excited to shop the St. Ignatius Loyola garage sale. The volunteers have been working very hard this year with some winter weather and closures, and they are pulling it together just in time for the doors to open. With a beautiful display in the boutique here on the stage, where we find some of the best deals. And I do see lots of resellers here. And the show goes on for several days. I did come back to the sale and found even more deals. Let's have a look. Welcome to the St. Ignatius Loyola huge garage sale. We will shop the boutique area for affordable finds to elevate your space with high-end home decor and tabletop, all with a bit of history. Let's get shopping. Howdy and welcome. Lots of deals await at this sale and some wonderful additions to your space. Let's have a look at table linens. The Threshold brand is sold at Target stores. $3 for a pack of 4 napkins is fair. A great color for every day and quite a few seasons that you may celebrate. $5 for the matching tablecloth. The University of Texas and Austin is well represented with some great finds here. Lots of Longhorn fans in our area. This leather wingback chair is the perfect size to tuck into the corner of a bedroom or a sitting room. It's priced at $115, which is fantastic. You know you're in Texas when you find a cowboy hat at a garage sale. This one is from Cavender's Boot City, company that was founded here in Texas in 1965. And Mike Cavender purchased former Houston mayor's cowboy boots at a recent estate sale that I showcased of Sylvester Turner. Ralph Lauren inspired seating with this wingback chair, well priced at $125. A great deal for leather, a $10 Afghan, and a $5 deal on the American flag pillow. It's not only a Ralph Lauren vibe, but also reminds of the Yellowstone series. Some great deals here. I can't wait to show you even more finds. Proceeds benefit their community outreach. It's all for a good cause, and their parishioners donate some amazing items. A pair of outdoor lanterns could certainly fill your space, priced at $20. And that's a huge savings off of retail, and they are complete with the LED candles. And those cost about $10 or more. It's been a long Christmas season. Santa and Mrs. Claus are tired. These are from Anna Lee. I've shared the history in previous visits to Hidden Treasures Consignments and Charles Keaton and Round Top, priced at $25. And there's lots more Christmas to discover. A homemade gin kit. And this well, priced at $75, looks rustic, something you might see in Round Top as well. $10 for this Afghan. I'm loving the colors. I wish I had purchased this for my daughter as I head to Germany. Love that. And let's get back to this rustic find. Garage sales are a barrel of fun, and I can't wait to share some ideas on how to upcycle this to decorate your space. A wine barrel is not something you see at the average garage sale. This is priced at $100. You may wonder how to repurpose this into a functional home accessory. You could place a glass or wooden top and have a larger surface area for a kitchen island or table. I've also seen these repurposed into fountains and used at outdoor country weddings. I would love to hear from you in the comments if you have a clever upcycle idea for this barrel. Now we are getting into the china, crystal, silver, and so much to discover. The emerald canisters are priced separately. Hopefully they sell as a trio, and they are $8, $12, and $15. And this Japanese porcelain is eye-catching. Was quite surprised to find this today. We see it marked Made in Japan. I'll tell you a bit more of the history. There is such detail. A great example of the highly stylized Japanese porcelain export known as dragonware or moriagi. This was common in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, and what a great price at $5. A set of salad servers is always a great thing to have on hand and works well as a hostess gift. $12. Let's pull these out and have a closer look. With a mother of pearl style handle. I like the detailing. It looks to be a newer set. SLAH is Southern Living at Home, which was a direct sales company. You've probably been to some of those home parties. A sunny yellow chip and dip, perfect for outdoor entertaining. And these square plates are ideal for the spring and summer. Priced at $40 for a set of 8. Could have fun with colorful napkins for this setting. Silk florals. I love that pot. A basket full of linens. These look like they are a watercolor design. It is the Colmar pattern, which is named after a city in France. $3 for a set of 4 napkins is an exceptional deal. These retail for $15. And here we have the matching tablecloth, a very familiar pattern, and what a great find. A great find with this Maison d'Hermine. This is a brand that I often purchase on Amazon, and I have featured in previous segments, including a fall table early in the channel. I have the matching table runner at our home in Germany, and here we have a tablecloth and lots of napkins, very well priced. A vintage transferware pattern with a nod to the Netherlands. Great use of color. These would be ideal for serving or displaying, and perfect for fall with the leaf border design. These are made in Japan. Sold as a set of 20 for $80. And there is so much more to discover on this table with mid-century crystal coasters. $7 for a set, brand new in a box. Great price. That is the Schleuderstern or Hobstar design. Anchor Hawking launched the Prescott pattern in 1960. Love that $5 dish. And Crystal d'Arc was one of the first machine-made crystal companies. $5, another great deal. Mikasa with the oval dish. And a mid-century clock from Sasaki, $8. That would elevate your space. A timeless edition. And this vase is bigger than a Buick, priced at $20. Looks to be hand painted. It resembles Nippon. I didn't find a back stamp, but I feel sure that it is that style. Cut to clear at $8 each. A wonderful find. I like the emerald. And these all have a unique design with the hand-cut pattern, and they blend beautifully together. And this Satsuma plate at $5 is a great price. It's Japanese pottery with a creamy, crackled glaze. We saw that recently in a visit to the Goodwill store. A silver tray and a cake stand. A great way to display a collection. Perfect for these demi-tasse. I'll tell you more about this pattern and manufacturer. We all need a square crystal cake pedestal. This is from Shannon Crystal. It is 24% lead crystal, made in Eastern Europe, although today many of their products are made in China. And these are often inspired by some of the top brands. A beautiful addition to your tabletop collection and perfect for tea time. They have just added this charcuterie set made to look like a wine barrel lid. How perfect. Let's see what we find on the table. I see some GG Collection, Gracious Goods, which is rather high priced. This piece underneath is most likely GG, and this absolutely is. That is to hold buffet napkins, $5. A great price. You find this at high-end boutiques and gift shops. A stack of all-purpose plates with a pretty design on the edge, $65 for a set of 13. This is the antique scroll pattern from Pier 1 Imports, a company that's no longer in business. They've closed all their stores. Cloches are always wonderful for showcasing a collection, adding interest to your centerpiece. This is priced rather high, probably because of the metal value. 100 looks to be a German Shepherd. I'm not seeing any maker on that, and I'm sure the collector would be happy to find it. And this glass handbag reminds me of something my friend Judy gave me for my 40th birthday. I use as a pen holder. We always need the perfect handbag. This would be a great idea to keep on hand for a birthday gift, priced at $3 with this art glass vase. Take it to your florist and you could have a wonderful centerpiece or a birthday gift. You may think these are demi-tasse, but I'll give you a perspective. They're almost miniature. Too big for a dollhouse, but quite tiny. Fine bone china, Sandford, made in England. And you can tell by the hand painting and design that this is made in Japan with a very unique shape. And we see that back stamp to confirm it. You can train the eye to recognize the designs. This hummingbird would be a lovely addition under a cloche, a side table, part of your centerpiece. And I believe it is from Home Interiors. There's something about it that reminds me of that. $5 is a great price. And I love hummingbirds. Always reminds me of my mom. A trio of canisters. I like the creamy white look. This is from Duncan & Miller in the Canterbury pattern, $5. And what a great find. This is a perfect fall edition. Look at the detailing. The mid-century is calling with this 1960s Indiana Glass Company divided covered dish. You wouldn't expect it. As we open it up, we see it is two parts. You could perhaps do a hand-poured candle on either side, use it for condiments, candy, with or without the lid. And we have that extra detailing with the acorn finial. It's fun to collect crystal paperweights. They have a kitty cat from Princess House. You may remember this direct sales company. Perhaps you attended some of the Princess House home parties. Here's a dog. Both of these are $5 each. They made crystal stemware, serveware, and collectibles, founded in 1963. It's never too early to shop for the next seasons. The turkey design is a vintage classic from Taylor Smith Taylor, made in the USA. I will tell you more about the history of the company. Let's talk turkey with this beautiful platter and a set of dinner plates from Taylor and Smith. This company started in Chester, West Virginia in 1900, and they were in operation until 1981, known for durable, semi-vitreous dinnerware. This vintage turkey dish is perfectly placed. It was originally marketed to serve soups and gravy and had a second life with the ultimate influencer and was later sold in some high-end kitchen stores. I'll tell you more about it. This familiar turkey dish was made by L.E. Smith in 1943, and it regained popularity with Martha Stewart when she used vintage pieces for her table, and they started producing this again. I purchased one years ago at Williams-Sonoma. The vintage turkey dish sold as soon as the doors opened. This platter was probably made in a ceramic studio. 15. Perfect for the season. You don't usually find Chinese fish bowls with eagles. That would be ideal for our semi-quincentennial America's 250th birthday. Looks like the Isle of Capri. You could certainly upcycle this if you wanted to place different art. You can even paint the frame. There's so many ways that you can shop this sale for wall art. Vintage glassware served up on a silver platter. You may recognize this pattern. It was quite popular in the mid-century, paired with a block Polish decanter for $20. A prolific mid-century pressed glass pattern, Diamond Point was made by the Indiana Glass Company of Dunkirk, Indiana from 1965 to 1990. It well represents the mid-century for practical and stylish entertaining. This was made in clear, avocado, amber, milk glass, and blue. I recognize the etched floral design on this ice bucket. It is from Princess House. My mother had a matching pitcher, priced at $15. Get ready for one of the best finds of the day. Waterford Crystal from the Millennium Collection, a pair of toasting double old fashions, priced at $20. Waterford Crystal is my favorite kind of garage sale find. The Millennium Collection was designed by my friend, the late Jim O'Leary. He was design director for Waterford Crystal. This launched 5 years ahead of the new millennium, since a pair of flutes debuted each year leading up to easing into the new century with happiness, health, peace, love, and prosperity. It's nice that it is brand new in a box with all of the information. The dawning of the new millennium. A trinket box. And this is eye-catching. For $8, made in England. It is bone china. Made in Staffordshire. I'm not familiar with the brand, but it would blend beautifully with some of the Ainsley floral pieces. We all need crystal candle holders. These are substantial and well priced. These crystal candle holders are standing tall and ready to grace your table for $12. They are quite heavy, 24% lead crystal, made by Royal Limited. This is a brand that we found at department stores such as Foley's and Macy's in the 1990s. They produce these in Eastern Europe in countries such as Poland and Czechoslovakia. I still remember the Royal Limited boxes were silver and blue. Here's the original tag from Foley's, $45 for a set of 2, and this would have been at least 20 years ago or more. A Ware from Japan for $10. This ginger jar is everything. It has the bold colors, unique design, and it is made of china. Great find. Pink transferware. The willow pattern is quite famous. Designed in 1790 by Thomas Turner, it is from Spode's Archive collection in their Georgian series. A sweet tea set, $40 for all 3 pieces. And I like the size. It is smaller than the normal, but yet it's not miniature. Tea for 1. Made in England. This is from Johnson Brothers, a company that has a rich history. They were acquired by the Wedgwood Group in 1968, and by 2015 they became part of Fiskars and the brand ceased to exist. We can still enjoy these pieces today in a great way to elevate your everyday. A sweet tea set that is ready for your Valentine's table. Just add to your everyday white dishes or creamware. These are from Johnson Brothers, a company that has their history since 1883 in Staffordshire, Stoke-on-Trent. They were one of the most successful potteries there. They started exporting to the United States in the 1890s. This is the pink transferware coaching scenes pattern that is made on the Regency blank. A $5 deal on this teapot. It is in the style of a Brown Betty, however, this is made in Japan. These are highly collectible. A blue and white set that was Probably the most sought after item here at the sale. These are individually priced. My friend Kelly stood in line for the early bird shopping, and she did manage to take a few home. We will see another collection in another area here in the boutique, and it went quickly. I'll tell you about the history. These were made in the 1950s and 60s. And of course, we want to pick up that sugar bowl, my very favorite, the blue onion back stamp, with a history related to Germany. Mid-century canisters in our favorite blue and white. These are hand-painted, were popular in the 1950s and 60s, made by the Art Creations Company, based in New York, made in Japan. It was inspired by the Zwiebelmuster pattern that Meissen launched in 1739, and they got their idea from Chinese porcelain. It's crystal clear, a wonderful addition to your entertaining. This tiered server has a name that was probably influenced by the mid-century glassware that we saw earlier from the Indiana Glass Company. The perfect entertaining essential with this two-tiered round-handled tray. This was made by Mikasa in the Diamond Fire pattern from 1985 to 2007. This table runner is only $7. It has a beaded fringe edge, a formal look, and that gold mirror is fabulous. The prices are absolutely incredible here. Gold goblets for $5 each. You could place a large ornament and use those as centerpieces. $15 for this Bulova anniversary clock in perfect working order. This is an interesting frame without the art, and this gives me some ideas. At $15, you could place some needlework inside of that or a family photo. And here we are getting into some Christmas finds. These light up, very well priced. And there's a very popular Mikasa dish pattern you probably recognize as English Countryside. This is the holiday season edition. Festive Spirit. This was made from 1996 to 2003 with the original English Countryside debuting in 1989. Cups and dessert plates. I like that they have different themes and designs. It adds interest to your table. And Fitz and Floyd. And we also see some Pottery Barn. Could fill that with some chocolates. Have some affordable gifts on hand. I love collectibles and figurines, and I'm so excited with this find. And this collector's plate for $5 was made by the same company that brought us the Hummel figurines. Gerbe Porzellanfabrik. You won't believe the prices. She could be perfect for Christmas. $8. Amazing. Now is the time to buy Hummel figurines, especially when you find them at $8 each. These are based on the drawings of Berta Hummel, who later became Sister Maria Innocenta Hummel. They were discovered by Franz Goebel, a porcelain manufacturer, in a book of postcards. He worked with his sculptors, Reinhold Unger and Arthur Müller, to create the 3D figurines from her 2D drawings. A cobalt cut-to-clear votive holder. Great price at $8. You could also fill that with some candies. More of the Arnard blue and white mid-century canisters. Priced from $5 to $20. And all of these sold within minutes of the doors opening. Another archive plate from Spode. This one is extra special with the fluted edge from their Blue Room collection in their Regency series, Jasmine, first introduced in 1825. A collection of Demitas cups. These are all made in Japan, and this one is my very favorite. It is a work of art. Let's have a look at the back stamp. A roadmap to the history of a piece. It is made in occupied Japan, which adds to the value. a deal at $5. These do sell quickly. This one has an interesting saucer and a square cup, also made in occupied Japan. This would sell for a lot in an antique store. A classic crystal bowl that you probably see often, $10 is a fair price. This is made by Gorham, produced by Nachtmann in Germany. It is 24% lead crystal. Lots of lightingware at this sale and artwork. This one is signed by the artist, priced a bit higher at $50, but most of the art was about $10 or $15, and lamps about $15 each. I have quite a few friends who shopped this sale and found some great lightingware. I even saw a Victorian chandelier that they were unpacking. This is another great find, an excellent price at the sale. It has been upholstered, professionally done, $40. Unbelievable. And the floor lamp was $15. A pair of antique chairs with a needlepoint. These were purchased by Jenna, a viewer that I met when I shopped the next day. $50 each was an exceptional deal. I'm sure she will place these in her home and give them a new life. The jewelry box also sold rather quickly. I had a friend interested in this, and she turned around and it was sold. And this table is $40, another great find. I had such fun shopping this sale, and it's all for a good cause. And mark your calendars, follow me on social media for their sale at the end of January, early February next year. So glad you joined me today for St. Ignatius Loyola's humongous garage sale. We found the best of the best in the boutique. My favorite find of the day, a pair of Waterford Crystal Millennium Double Old Fashions. Thanks again for joining Lady Mary Beth. Elevate your everyday with garage sales.